State Airport
Wind 140
for the Grand Prix style start of the Formula One Silver Race. Now by Grand Prix style start, you'll notice all these airplanes are taking off from a standing start. The green flag goes up for ready, the green flag goes down to start these aircraft. Now this is where a lot of strategy comes into play. You notice our black airplane number 4 right here, he's staying on the ground a lot longer. That tells me he's got a higher pitch prop. He's starting off in a higher gear than what some of these other aircraft are.
All clear.
Imagine taking off on your bicycle. If you're in a higher gear, it's going to take you a while to get that bike, the inertia going and get up to speed. However, once you get up to speed, you're going to have a lot more top end power. These airplanes that jumped off the ground early, that tells me they've got a flat pitch prop, so that's like taking off in low gear. Gets them on the course sooner, but they're going to run into a speed wall here later on in the race, whereas that black number 4 is going to keep on coming. If the race is long enough, that choice of prop is going to pay off for him. Now these aircraft, this is one of the oldest classes. It started in 1936 as the midget racing course. They run Continental 0200 engines, that means 200 cubic inches. That's the same kind of engine you find on a Cessna 150 or 152. They make about 100 horsepower in stock configuration. These guys right now are making over 160 plus horsepower out of the same Continental 0200 engine.
You're right, Ken.
The difference, they're not running a 72-inch propeller, they're running a short 54-inch race-prepped prop. They're short and wide. The shorter the prop means they can spin them faster, RPMs or horsepower. Instead of turning 2,750 RPMs like you would in a Cessna 150, these guys are running up to 4,500 RPM, getting every ounce of power and speed out of these little Continental 0200 engines.
Well, right now we need to start focusing on what's going on the backside of the race course, because we are seeing signs of a close-fought battle for second place. The way it seems to be playing out, you can see it here. David Holmgren in race number 6, Aero Magic, right now in third place, is ascending, going high, getting some altitude over the red plane. That's Richard Zato in race 15, last lap player. Holmgren is sacrificing a bit of speed to get up there as the two planes are in the turn now. Now they're heading in our direction. And yep, there he goes. Now Holmgren in number 6, diving, obviously picking up some good speed on the 15 plane.
All clear.
Aero Magic has done it right here in front of the grandstands. Number 6 has taken over second place.
Stop. Go ahead. On your right, Philip. Right. Attention all aircraft, runway 8 is fouled.
If you haven't been to Reno to join us up here for the National Championship Air Races, you want to get out to the course early in the morning. We run our biplanes and our Formula Ones early in the morning because these aircraft are so small and so light, they're very, very susceptible to gusty winds, especially on landing with that narrow landing gear and the tail dragger configuration. So you're going to see some of the tightest racing you've ever seen with these Formula Ones, but if you don't get out to the course before 10 o'clock, you're probably going to miss them.
8 fouled. Affirmative, 8 is fouled.
Well, meanwhile, on the course right now, that lead for Suede Ron looked pretty good just moments ago, but now David Holmgren making a significant charge from third place. He's passed second place. Now he's challenging, and now he has passed Ron. It's Holmgren, race number 6, in the lead right now. Some good tight racing at the front of this field.
Matter of fact, that pass just kind of exemplified the difference between the taper wing and the older style, the long chord Hershey bar wing. There's a great plan form right there where you can see them, the yellow wing being the square Hershey bar style, the white one being that taper wing. However, they both have the same square footage of 66 square foot of wing area. There's a great cockpit shot showing that yellow string. There's the yaw string. Again, that yellow string eliminates the weight of a turn and bank indicator in the cockpit. They'll do anything they can to save weight on these aircraft, get them down as close as they can to that 500-pound minimum weight.
One thing you said, your pilot weight has to be at least one. Do they have a weigh-in for the pilots, like at a boxing match, Steve?
They actually do. They are very, very critical about their standards. So again, aircraft have to weigh at least 500. Pilot and gear, that's helmet, flight suit, and whatnot, has to weigh at least 150 pounds.
Steve, seriously, how many 150-pound or lower pilots are there available to race in these races?
You know, Tommy, I didn't want to bring that up. Some of these pilots haven't seen 150 pounds since they were in the 4th grade.
Steve keeping it real right there, that is for sure, and you got to at this point. Holmgren with a good lead right now ahead of Ron. Race number 8 and Zato race number 15. Still got a lot of racing left to go, barely halfway through. We're doing a full 8 laps around our small course, our short course, which is about 3 miles long. Let's race this Formula One Silver Race.
The Formula Ones have often been considered the beginner class or the starting class for air racing for the fact these aircraft are so inexpensive and an easy way to get into air racing. It wasn't until John and Trish Sharp changed the grading scale back in 1991 when they built an all-composite Nemesis racer. This was an airplane that was designed and built in the back rooms of the Lockheed Skunk Works. Prior to that, most of these airplanes were steel tube fuselages, wooden wings, fabric covered. Again, those were the cassette and shoestring racers, and they still are quite available and affordable today.
Still watching David Holmgren. We watched our takeoff there, our start there, and you mentioned setup being so very important, especially with regard to prop pitch. Some guys gambled on a different prop, and it didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, they have to figure out, and this only comes from experience as far as how long the race is going to be. Are you going to have time to reel that other guy in, or are you going to need to get out there ahead and try and stay ahead? So again, a lot of strategy takes place, a lot of experience is key. Matter of fact, speaking of experience, looks like we got some passing going on the course right now, Tommy.
Absolutely. Folks getting lapped out there. That's a testament to how dominating David Holmgren has been in the silver race in Formula One.
Great shot showing the taper wing overtaking the old Hershey bar, the square wing on that cassette. Now, we talk about Nemesis being kind of a state-of-the-art airplane. Well, it actually was, and it had 15 consecutive wins because of it. So a lot of these racers were very happy when they saw that airplane go to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. Kind of opened the class back up for a lot of other people with these older airplanes.
Again, these are very, very tiny aircraft. This is sort of the heritage aircraft for the sport of air racing here. And when you watch these guys get in, it's not like clambering in a big old airplane. You put it on like a suit, more or less.
They literally grease the guys up, slide them in, put the canopy over their head, and go racing. There's a good shot right there. Just how tight it is. The canopy is up around your ears, not down around your shoulders.
In the penultimate lap right here, the battle for second place is tightening up just a little bit between Suede Ron and Richard Zado. Ron from Georgia, Zado flying out of Waller, Texas, and looks like Zado may be able to take Ron. Closing in on him right there. This is going to be very, very close if they get through this turn. Yeah, it's Zado overtaking Ron to take over second place.
And now they're going to be overtaking some lapped aircraft as well, which is going to play a big, huge factor in this because they have to go wide and high. They can't just dive inside of these slower airplanes, so they're going to fly a longer course. This takes pre-planning as well before you get to those slower aircraft.
Yeah, the traffic is always a consideration. Of course, David Holmgren doesn't have to worry so much. He's in what you call clean air, right, Steve?
Yeah, and clean air is huge in these airplanes. Again, not so much in a Formula One as it is in the Unlimiteds, but you got a lot of prop wash. You've got the wing vortices coming off these aircraft. So clean air is always preferred air. Your airplane's going to run smoother, it's going to run cooler, and it's going to be just an easier airplane to navigate this tight course with.
Race number 6, take a look at it right there. The dominant performance by David Holmgren.
Check the flag, check the flag.
And he takes it right there, the victory in Formula One silver. And you remember that battle for second place, and you remember Richard Zado overtaking Suede Ron just a little bit ago, and he's able to hang on to that advantage, and it looks like he is going to finish this one in second place. So a big move for him, paid off in a big way. It should be Ron finishing up in third place. Let's take a look at our...
Hold on, Tommy. We had a pylon cut, something we haven't talked much about today. The pylons are a hollow barrel. There's judges at the pole below that. They're looking up through there. If your aircraft shows up in that view, you're penalized.
16 seconds was the penalty for Richard Zado, so that puts him in third place. Suede Ron in second place, and that'll do it for Formula One silver. When we come back,